Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. I hope you had a good day. Sitting here with my coffee. I just finished eating. We're going to do a Karmic chicken read tonight. See what the Karmics are up to. See if they're crying in the corner. You know, all the good stuff. I hope everybody had a great day today. I'm doing alright. I'm doing alright. Things are good. Welcome in, Max. Welcome in, Emma. Welcome in, AOP. Yeah, I did some organizing. I got my projector set up in the background. I got a nice little bookshelf there and down instead of the bare wall. So that's alright. Thank you, YouTube. That little bit of picture there, I've got it on pause because of the adverts. Hey, Sarah. That's awesome. Hopefully, somehow, some way, for some stupid reason, my mic says that it's not supported, but it's apparently working. So we'll just go with it. I'm trying. I could probably elevate it a little bit more, so above my head a little bit, but it is what it is. It'll do. I got my PS4 hooked up again, so I got to get in a little session of zombies all the way to round 9, all by myself. Not bad for the first time back. Not bad, not bad, not bad at all. So, check out what the Karmics have got going on behind our backs. Because, you know, they still probably playing it. It's either that or maybe they finally gave up. Who knows? But some of us, our Karmics are relentless, right? It seems though they're never going to give up. Either way, we're going to find out what was going on. So, Great Spirit, guides, guard, protectors, angels, ancestors, divine light, please be with me tonight to provide a collective karmic chicken reading to find what the Karmics are up to behind our backs. Let it all come to light. Let it all come to light. Everything they do in the dark, let it all come to light. So that way we can step 10 steps ahead at all times. I hope you're all having a great night. Thank you so much for joining in. I have now made an availability from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. over on Hipsy. So if you want to get in on a personal reading at 75% off, there's a welcome discount. So get on over there, sign up, get yourself ready. Tomorrow is when the readings are starting. I will be making myself available Monday to Friday for your pleasure and information. Any ill will sent me, let the intention be sent back to sender and bound to them until they learn perfect love and trust. And any energetics that I can use to trans into prosperity, let it happen unapologetically. Thank you, Spirit, guiding, guarding, and protecting me during this message. Alright. Jealous stakes that people throw in are more obvious than they realize. Yeah. Welcome in, Maureen. I hope you're doing good, my dear. I hope you are doing very well. So I'm going to end off the night positive note. Okay, I'm going to look into the animal whispers as well as the angelic activation. So we're going to start with, okay? Well, that's what we're going to end with. But I'm going to look vibe and the karmic chicken deck. We're going to do a couple collectives tonight. And that way, if the first reading is not your reading, if it doesn't resonate, then there may be another reading here for you and resonate with. Tonight is a karmic chicken exclusive, so if you're not dealing with any karmics, the messages are probably not going to be for you. Okay? Just to keep that in mind. Hopefully you can hear me okay, and hopefully the mic is working. I hope so. Are we loud and are we clear? Look like 100% there. Great. Sweet deal. Alrighty then. What do I want to start with, Spirit? What do I want to start with? Do I want to start with the vibe, or do I want to start in with the karmic chicken? I'm going to start in with the steampunk deck and just try to get... yeah, I'm going to start in with the steampunk. And then I'm going to vibe it. See what the message is and the vibe on the message. And then we'll go from there. Spirit, what's the steamy stuff that we need to know about right now? What's the deal? What do we need to take a gander at tonight? What's behind all that steam and smoke that they're trying to throw at us? Welcome in, Brooke and Jessica. Welcome in. Welcome in. Again, if tonight resonates, you can tap in by hitting the like button. This might tap you in message. I do read a lot of different energies. So, yeah. If you want to tap into the message, hit the like button. If you want to give it a share to somebody that might know or might want this message, you can go ahead and do that too. Make sure you hit the bell so you get all notifications, not just personalized, because I tend to not do personalized readings here. I very rarely will do Aries, Leo, Sagittarius individually. I will do the fire signs, I will do the earth signs, I will do the air signs, I'll do the water signs individually. I don't tend to do one specific sign because I tend to get a lot of different signs in the mix. And I don't like to segregate that because then I have 12 different signs that I have to look after, and I'd rather just do the bunch. It keeps it easy, keeps it simple, and that's how I like it. Hello, Fizz. Hello, Kristen. Aw, Kristen. Poor thing. I've been doing this for 30 years, and you're not going to come into my chat and tell me what I can and cannot do. Okay? So, if you don't like it, you can keep scrolling, and don't hurt your thumb on the way out. I don't need you here. I don't need your stupid-ass commentary, either. Just saying. Welcome in, Mike. Welcome in, Lisa. Well, Mike, hit the like button. I'm sure there's going to be a message in here maybe for you. So just hang tight and have a listen and see if the message is resonating with you. Most of my messages are a confirmation to what you already know deep within yourself. So definitely take into consideration what I'm going to be saying tonight, as maybe it is your message. Thanks for joining us tonight, Mike. Welcome in, Lisa. Tonight is a Karmic Chicken exclusive, just for the ones that are just joining us. If this message resonates with you and you'd like to share the wealth, and you'd like to send me a super chat or super thanks or super sticker, you're more than welcome to. If you want to do it outside of YouTube, you can head over to the Hipsy link, and there's a tip option over there as well. Okay? I do take donations through my PayPal. You don't want to do either one of those, but it is strictly donations. All is graciously accepted and appreciated, and I thank you so much for joining me tonight for this message. Welcome in, Juanita. I hope you had a good day today. All right, so we're just getting started. You're not missing anything. And if you're new here, take a look at the description box so that way you know how we run things here, and go from there. Okay. I will be having a Hipsy event reading probably once a week. I haven't figured out what day it should be, so I'll probably be putting a poll on my post side of YouTube to find out what your idea is. That's where the mini reads can be bought through C-Link, and yeah, I'll be doing live readings. But you do have the one-on-one sessions available to you from AM to 5 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday to Friday. So come on over and make sure that you sign up for Hipsy. You can take advantage of the 75% off welcome bonus. That's 10 cents a minute. Usually it's $1 a minute for the one-on-one sessions. So this is pretty substantial savings just to check it out. So I will be available Monday to Friday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for you to go and get yourself a personal reading. Alright, Spirit, what's going on? What's the steamy-ass bullshit that we need to know about now for my collective? Because we know that the Karmics are at it again, somehow, some way, behind the scenes, and we want to know. So that way we step forward 10 steps ahead, and we can be prepared for what they're bringing in. Alright. The message, Spirit, what's the message that we need to know right now? Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Welcome in, Danielle. Welcome in, Kay. For all the newbies here, check out the description. That way you know how we run things here. Yeah, Six of Swords. So we're definitely looking away from the Karmics, right? We're going on to calmer waters. We're getting the hell out of Dodge, you know? Maybe they very well could be leaving. Who knows? We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. If you're under the age of 19 years of age, this isn't for you. Keep on scrolling. I tend to swear. I tend to cuss. So, I don't want you here. Yeah. So, we're walking away from all the bullshit, and everything that they created to come up against us is falling apart. It's blowing up in their face. Okay, they're not very talented for trying to come at us with their bullshit. Okay, really not. And it looks like to me here with the Three of Wands is that we are focused. We are focused on what we need to do. We are focused on our priorities. We know exactly what we're doing. We know exactly where we're going. We know exactly where we're headed, right? And our ships are coming in. We're just being paid, being consistent. We are being in an energy that's unbothered, quite possibly. We're not letting the Karmics get to us anymore. Okay? We're focused on our own priorities. And that's the... We got the Knight of Pentacles sitting out here. and we're taking grounded, very firm, very grounded steps. It's not a race. It's not a race. It's not a marathon. Okay? It's definitely something that we are very, very grounded in our decisions and our priorities and our stability, right? So it works out. It works out for all of us if we are consistent, if we are patient, okay? And we recognize what we're not necessarily good at, so we're letting it go. We're letting it fall at the wayside. We're letting those situations that are not meant for us, we're letting it fall at the wayside as well. And we're walking away from that what no longer serves us. So let's take a little bit more of a look in here. Yeah, we've got the Seven of... We're being very strategic with our actions. We might even be a little sneaky with the consideration that, stay silent and not letting everybody know what our plans are, so that way they can't sabotage it. So, welcome in, UK Jenny. Alright, so with us being so strategic and very sneaky with our next ends of action, of maybe, walking away, we're finding justice, right? We've got justice at the helm here. Things are balancing out for us, collective. And I think what it seems as though is that what they try to, they thought by us walking away that we weren't going to make anything of ourselves. And I think we're leaving them shook because things are working out better than expected, right? We are receiving the justice that we need to receive. And with us walking away, it's all divine timing, right? We're guided by angels. We're guided by that beautiful divine timing, the balancing of nature and magic and intention. And this is, I believe, what is bringing us our justice. And I do believe this was upside down. So with us leaving and with us being so strategic with us leaving, these plans that they had us, it kind of fell through. It kind of brought us to a position of letting them see justice firsthand as to what hell happened. Okay? And I do believe that they are being left in a heap of chaos because everything that they planned for us is blowing up in this. What's going on? Is there anything else considering the Six of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles? Yep. Somebody is literally speechless. Somebody's literally speechless. They don't know what to say at this point. Because everything that they came up against you with is falling apart. It's a non-issue. What's going on with the Eight of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles? What's the situation with that? Welcome in, Whip. I hope you had a great day. Oh, Page of Pentacles. Interesting. This is kind of giving me a feeling like they don't know exactly where you stepped, where you went. The Page of Pentacles is usually bringing in an offer of stability. And they were trying to make you unstable. They were trying to make you look unstable. They were trying to say that you were unstable when actually very stable. You're a very grounded individual. Okay? The Knight of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. Yeah, the Five of Wands. Now they want to come in and reconcile. Now they're backing up. Now they're backing up. They're backing out of all these plans that they had. They're trying to rewrite the narrative so that way, they don't look like an absolute ass. Which I find it kind of funny. it's like they have to go back to the drawing board again. And I'm really kind of getting Spirit saying they stand correct. Maybe they shouldn't have screwed with you to begin with. Because they wasted money, they wasted energy, they wasted intention, and they were focused on you. They were focused and consistent at trying to bring you down, and all they can do now is reconcile. Because now they want to be part of the joy and happiness that you have, and they're not invited. Yeah, that's what happens when you fuck around and find out. You lose out on. Yeah, we got the death card here, right? So very well could be seeing the ending of that connection, the severing of those ties, of those cords, those energetic cords. It's no longer allowed. They are cut indefinitely, collective. That we are stepping into our power, the fact that we are being strategic and are actually being very intentful with what we are doing and where we're going. Okay. The situation is some of them, I do believe they were doing death magic, and I think they're going behind the scenes trying to clean the mess that they made, so that way they're not going to be facing death themselves. Because here they thought that they were bigger than you. Here they thought that they were more powerful than you. And here they thought that they could put you to death, put your strategy to death, to put your focus and put your consistency and put what you're working on and what you're collaborating on to death. They wanted it all ended, right? And because of the ties cut, I don't know. It's not looking good for them. The Seven of Swords and the Justice card, please. Yeah, you had to make a decision. And I'd be done with certain decisions without the communication. You have all the information. You didn't have what you needed to do to make the valued decision. So you ended up having to just think about yourself. You know, and these people that you left behind, they might be thinking that you're selfish. They might think that you're kind of delusional or deranged, but you're really not. You know, they might feel that you're maybe a little bit cold, but you're really not. You know, considering the strategy that you had, the fact that you kept it to yourself, the fact that you really didn't say much, and this is what brought you your justice. This is what brought you your freedom. This is what brought you your situation where you were able to step into something better, right? And sometimes you don't necessarily need to call it out, you know, specifically when you're dealing with sociopaths and psychopaths and fucking delusional assholes that think that they can, you know, take advantage of you, take advantage of your good nature and your compassion, and think that they're going to get away with it. No, that's not the case. It's best to just stay quiet. It's best to just not say a word. What's going on for this situation? Yeah, Knight of Swords. So somebody's coming in with some sort of conversation or communication. They're coming in pretty quick. It'd be that they are looking to communicate with you about something in particular. It could be that since you left, everything's falling apart. It could be. It could be that since you left, you know, their whole plan to thwart you and take you out of your element and make you feel lesser than and try to tear you down is blowing up base. And some of them, the Page of Pentacles here in the reverse, there's like somebody coming in and asking for help, or they need some help or something. This is definitely a person that you left behind. Yeah. There's some sort of betrayal, some sort of third-party betrayal, heartache, something. Maybe somebody feels heartbroken, and now they want to reconcile. It could very well be the case. Maybe they thought that you broke their heart with the way you ended things, when I do believe they were bitter from the get-go. So, whatever. What's the Five of Wands and the Death card? Ah, we got the Nine of Pentacles. So they see that you're independent, they see that you're moving towards your independence, and this is why they want to reconcile with you, and they want to cut out the 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 chaff from the wheat, as they would say. But they see that you're independence, and yeah, so they kind of want to reconcile this, and they want to kind of end all the bitterness. They want to reconcile, and you know, I don't know. It's kind of like they want some sort of piece of whatever you got going on. Weird. Weird. The Queens in the reverse. Yeah, somebody's coming in forcefully. They think that they're coming in forcefully because you made a decision. They think you're off your rocker, quite possibly. They think you're pissed off. They think that you've lost it. They think that you're stepping into this new energy of maybe lack. I don't know. Maybe your energy of wanting to burn a bridge. Maybe you made that decision already, and you're finding your independence because of that. Very well could be the case. What's the Knight of Swords and the Three of Swords? What's going on with that? Huh? Welcome in, Marie. What's going on with the Knight? Okay, the Ten of Swords. Yeah, somebody's coming in and feeling betrayed because you ended things with them. You ended all possibilities with them. And Spirit's saying it happened rather quickly. Three of Swords to the Nine of Pentacles. They basically tried to betray your independence, is what it is. To keep you from being independent. They held you back. And they wonder why that you walked away. Makes no sense. Well, yeah, they feel betrayed because you're finding your independence and you're walking away to celebration and a stable environment. Feel that that you should have done that. They didn't feel that maybe you should have moved on. They wanted you to stay around so that way they could take off of your energy. But you're not allowing that anymore, collective. You're not allowing that. You're moving on to celebration. You're moving on to stable place. You're sticking up for yourself. What's the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands reversed? I'm also getting spirits saying that they thought that you were acting hasty with how you decided to exit. And it's like you really didn't communicate, just took a leap of faith. And it seems to be very fruitful. Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands reversed. Knight of reverse. So they try to manipulate you emotionally. So that way you wouldn't... they tried to emotionally manipulate you so that way you wouldn't leave. They tried to soften the blow, soften their bitterness, but it really didn't work. Because you're seeing their true colors. You're seeing them. Their mask fell off. You've seen their true nature, true intentions. And you got sick and tired of the bitterness. So of course you're going to walk away. Of course you're going to move on. Of course you're going to move to calmer waters. Of course you're going to say, I'll see you later. Bye, Felicia. Walking on constant eggshells every fucking day? No. Wondering whether or not they're in a good mood or in a bad mood, whether or not this bad mood is because of you, and they don't communicate? No. You're not dealing with that anymore, collective. You're done with that bull. We got the World. We got the Magician in reverse. We got the Six of Wands. So, you're a powerhouse. Who I'm speaking to, whoever this reading is resonating with, you're a fucking powerhouse. I'll tell you that right now. Because you're rising, right? We got the World here. You're rising. You're stepping into a new timeline. You're stepping into a new life. You're learning lessons. You're receiving blessings. And this is helping you raise your frequency, right? This is helping you get back into where you're needing to go. And this is why you cut things off. And this is why you're moving into a 4 months. Okay? And the reason why leveling up is because you're transmuting all of this negative fucking energy, this spiritual warfare. Alright? Everything that they come up against you with is backfiring like a motherfucker. Okay? And you're gaining recognition, you're getting accolades, it's success. Wherever you're moving to, whatever you're doing, it's going to be a successful situation. Anything is better than where you were, to some degree. Okay? So you got the Six of Wands here, capping out your reading for this the first collective reading. So take a collective, transmute that negative energy, that bitterness, turn that pain to power. It's so worth it. I tell you right now, the divine sees absolutely everything. All right? And the divine is not going to betray you. The divine will protect you. You have to be in a good intention, though. You have to always stay within a good intention and vibe. And if there's people trying to pull you out of that, recognize it. All right? And rebuke it. Banish the whole idea of them trying to take you out of this good energy. Okay? Because once you recognize it, once you can see it for what it is, once you see them rip their fucking own mask off and they're bitter as fuck and, you know, they're bitter at the fact that what they're doing isn't working anymore. They can't make you feel like shit. They can't diminish your energy frequency. They can't, you know, they can't make you feel uncertain anymore because it's not working. And this is bitter. This is why they come at you bitter. Right? Because they can't control you. They can't get you to react. They can't incite reactive abuse onto you. So that way you, you know, take on a different energy and you lash back with them. Because some of these fucking idiots, they want you to fight with them. Right? And who wants to waste your precious, beautiful energy on fighting with a bunch of buffoons? Really? You got better things to do with your energy. Hands down. Okay? So, react to their bullshit. Grey rock them. Yeah, I see what you're doing. You know, just in the back of your mind, I see what you're doing. I see why you're acting that way. And the way you're acting is nothing to do with me. Okay? Make sure that you know that within yourself. And you don't have to speak out of this to them to let them know that you see them. Just see them, acknowledge it, keep it self. Stay silent. Because you know what? People that come into your life to try to thwart you and sabotage you and tear you down and tear you apart, okay? They don't deserve your energy. They don't deserve you. So this is why you cut them off. Right? You stop their plans because they're in the background talking shit under their breath. Okay? Trying to take you out of your blessings, trying to tear your blessings away. Right? And they have an insatiable cup. You could fill that cup and fill that cup and fill that cup, and it's never going to hit the top. Okay? Why? Because there's fucking holes at the bottom of it. And why waste all your beautiful energy trying to fill their dumbass cup that's got holes in it when you could be filling your own and not depleted? Okay? So nurture yourself, forgive yourself. Okay? Be in an energy of integrity. Respect yourself enough to not allow their bullshit to penetrate your aura or penetrate your energy. Okay? It's not worth it, no matter what it is. And you'll know, if you listen to your intuition and if you tap into your intuition good enough, listening to your inner voice, it's going to tell you all about it. And you don't have to question them, because the first thing they're going to do is deny it. Okay? They're going to tell you you're delusional. Oh, you're too sensitive. Oh, you should just get over it. Oh, you should just move on. No. No. They can be held accountable for what they've done. And if you're divinely guided, guarded, and protected, you better bet they will be. Because the divine sees everything. Whether they think to get away with it or not, the divine sees absolutely everything. And the divine is within absolutely every living person here on earth. So if you even act out your intention, the divine already knows what you're up to. So you can't hide with the divine. Okay? And this is why people have so much karma. And some people get it racked up. And it sits behind a floodgate. And it gets to the point where you have a chosen one, you have an earth angel, you have a light worker, you have someone of very high energy frequency come into your life to help you to change and help you elevate and help you step into a better position. But if they choose not to do that, and if they choose to not work you and work with that particular energy, when you leave, it's like an elastic. It pulls back, it smacks them. And what happens is that floodgate of karma opening up, and it opens like a floodgate. So it's going to wash over them. And all of that karma that they've built up over the years is going to wash over them, and it's going to all come at them all at once. And then they realize what they lost out on. And that's why they're going to be coming back in to reconcile and say sorry and apologize. Because they don't want the karma hitting them hard. And a lot of them, they can feel it. They can feel the karma on its way. And that's why they'll reach back out to you to try to apologize and try to make it right. But it's too fucking late. They should have had better intention from the get-go. They should have kept that beautiful intention instead of allowing other people to interfere with that particular situation. But no, their bitterness overtaken them. Their ego overtook them. Their ill intention of you overtook them. And now they're fucking around, and they're Alright, let's get into the karmic chicken, because I'm interested. I am interested to see what the karmic chicken has to say. Baka 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 baka. Baka 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 baka. Nick Keller, what is this? It's your worst fucking nightmare, Karmic. Welcome in, Radiant. Beautiful soul, I hope you're doing well. Well, if you're a karmic, I'd question it. If you want to step out of that karmic energy and move in divine energy, I very well can help you with that. But if you want to stay in your karmic bullshit, then by all means, keep scrolling. Well, is your life filled with chaos, Nick? Life filled with broken hearts? Is it filled with a bunch of bullshit drama? Stupid ass people trying to take from you and thwart you and all that? I'm just genuinely letting you know, bud. It's all good either way. Make bullshit served all dead and fresh. I love it, Sarah. G Corpse. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for acknowledging that. Not really. You have the ability to step up out of that karmic energy, boss. And you have the ability to step into a more divine energy. And I'll tell you, it's peaceful over here. I'm gonna say that. It's peaceful. So it takes a little bit of healing, though. It takes a little bit of this to get through, but once you're out of it, and once you're stepping into your north node energy rather than your south node energy, it's definitely a lot better. Yeah, it takes some shadow work, but it's worth it, dude. It's because it's very empowering, very humbling, and it puts you in the right track and in the right frequency for your destiny. So it's definitely worth it. All right. The fact that you made it to this point, says something. All right, collective. The fact that you got through the worst of it says something. So what if there is something deeper to all of this? And that's why you matter. If nothing, you've lived and survived. So keep going. Okay? You got a peanut gallery gossip king or gossip queen at the helm trying to gossip about you, talking shit. Maybe they're talking about how you basically beat them out of everything that they tried to do to you. Very well could be the case. Let's see, what else? Sure. There's some stuff that's hidden, collective. I'll look into it. Is there anything else here that we need to know, Spirit, before I get into that? Okay, you could be dealing with a not picky Leo. I'll take it. They're misunderstanding you on purpose. Close-minded muggle. Could be dealing with a karmic Gemini as well. Alright. What do we got? Yeah, somebody was screwing with your manifestations behind your back. They were trying to thwart you. They were trying to steal them. They were trying to take it out. They were trying to react. Thank you so much, Radiant. You beautiful soul. I love you so much. Thank you so much for that beautiful, beautiful donation. Reaction abuse. Don't engage. They're trying to get you to engage with this without really... They were trying to do it nonchalant. They were trying to do this underhandedly. So that way it just looked like you were reacting out of nothing. Right? What else are they hiding? Divine magnet, divine intervention. Yeah, they were trying to be that divine intervention. They were trying to act as the divine intervention, trying to ruin you, trying to take you out of what you were trying to do, trying to hold you back from stepping into your independence. Yeah. Karmic chicken, so jealous of you. They'll shit all over your success, but too much of a coward to go get their own. Yeah, the karmic chicken is definitely in the mix tonight. Skunk is a skunk masking their feelings with alcohol. So maybe they're not drinking. Maybe you've taken off of the whole idea of drinking. You're no longer masking your feelings. You're actually sitting with your feelings. But I have a feeling that maybe they're drunk. Maybe they're drinking. Maybe they're masking their feelings behind back. Maybe they're sad that you left. That could well be it. The more you feel, the more you heal. Take time to transmute the pain inside you. Yeah, you pretty well did this behind the scenes. Some of you didn't allow them to know that you were healing. You didn't allow them to know that you were empowering yourself. You were kind of in an energy of solitude. You were just taking time out for you. And I'm glad that you did, collective, because it really helped you to transmute this pain and the suffering into power. And the fact that you didn't react to their reactive abuse, and you stood 10 toes, 30 steps left, not my circus, not my monkeys. All right? So you took a leave of absence, and you're not coming back. You're not going back there. You're done. You're done, done, done. Specifically because they're so jealous of you, they'll shit all over your success, but you're a coward to go get their own, right? They would have, it was better off trying to thwart you out of your success than going and getting their own and focusing on their own. And not minding their business blew up in their face, okay? They tried to take away your manifestations, and you got them anyway. Because the miracles of the divine, he's got control over the divine. The divine has control over you, if anything. The divine is what it orchestrates in your life. Okay? The divine is what gives you life. The divine is what puts that heartbeat together and makes that heartbeat within you do it. Okay? Now, they might seem like they're stealing your energy. Okay? They might seem and think that they're thwarting you, but all they're doing is thwarting themselves. Okay? That's the thing. They're only thwarting themselves. They're only building up their own spank bank, I guess you can say. Is there anything else here that can clarify with what's going on? Is there any cards, any other card that we need to know about? Oh, my elemental zodiac. I can take that out. What's a scoop, Spirit? What else we got here? The Hermit. So you could have went within, found your inner light, empowered yourself to bring a new light to the situation. Okay? I could have been dealing with a Virgo. You never know. But either way, situation is that you might have had a dark night of the soul. You could have had a situation of where you went in and you did a lot of introspection, and you found out what you had to change and to make a better situation for yourself. You empowered yourself. Okay? Is there anything else here, Spirit, that we need to know? That's it? Oh, there's another one. Alright. That's all? Alright. Lactose intolerant. The inability to tolerate other people's bullshit. Right? So, it was in the reverse. They wanted you to tolerate it. They just wanted you to go along with the bitterness. They just wanted you to go along with their fucking stupid-ass games. Their mind games, their emotional games, them just belittling you and tearing you down, making you feel like you're out of it. You know, trying to deplete you of your energy, trying to deplete you of your happiness, of your peace. They tried to take that all away from you. But it didn't do anything. It just basically showed you what type of people they were. Right? So, you're fructose intolerant. But you didn't really react to their bullshit, right? And you didn't, you didn't give them what they wanted. And they're pissed off at it. Pissed at the fact that you didn't give them what they wanted. For good reason. I'm proud of you, Collective. Welcome in, Ryan. The one who got away, welcome in. Welcome in, Dorothy. Hope you're all having a great day. It's been quite the afternoon. Alright, let's vibe it out. Let's vibe out. Let's see what deal is here. What do we got? We got glow up and we got intimacy. Mutual respect, unity, closeness. Ooh. Somebody wants to come out of separation. Somebody wants to come out of the ghosted energy. And they want to get back into more intimate energy. I know about this. Aw, they're not in harmony. They're not in peace. They're not balanced. They're not happy. Aw, poor Muffin. Feminine energy, gentleness, nurturing, mothering. You could very well be nurturing yourself right now. Licking your wounds, healing. You're taking some time out for you, taking some time in nature, slowing down, smelling the roses, finding joy, healing, and happiness. Very well could be you. Oh. Abusive, conniving, unpredictable psychopath. We were talking about them earlier. Oh, you're no longer trapped anymore. You're no longer stuck. You're no longer having no options. Unforgiveness. You're stepping into a new timeline. You're leaving this motherfucker behind. Yeah, you're no longer trapped from the psychopath. You cut him out. Once and for all. And really, they don't know what the hell to do because they're all salty and salty as shit. They're bitter, they're angry, they're petty. They don't like the fact that you got away from them. Aw, poor Muffin. They're all sad and shit. Yeah, they're just continuing on with their dumbass cycle. They're not learning anything. They don't give a fuck. Their bad decisions, their addictions, right? And they're shattered because you won't play around with their karmic games. You've left them shattered. It's either that or they wanted you shattered. They wanted you having nightmares and failures. But look at who's having it now. They're having no other choice but to face their consequences, I think. They're having to sit with what they've done. They have no other choice but to look at themselves. And the fructose intolerant here, the inability to tolerate other people's bullshit, this flipped over. Like, they really tried to make it look like they, that wanted you to handle all this fucking bullshit mind games. They thought they were pulling wool over your eyes when you seen right through it the whole time. Right, drunk as a skunk, masking their feelings with alcohol. What do we got for that one? What do we got for that one? Drunk as a skunk, masking their feelings with alcohol. Yeah, you're no longer burned out. You are no longer burdened. You're no longer feeling empty. You're having a glow up. And the drunk as a skunk masking their feelings with alcohol was reversed. So you could have stopped drinking. You could have stopped, smoking. You could have stopped something along the lines there where you're masking some sort of situation or masking your feelings or whatever. You stopped that and you could have just sat with your emotions and worked through them and alchemized it and empowered yourself. And you're no longer burnt out. You're no longer burdened. You're no longer feeling empty. You're actually filling your own damn cup for a change. And you know what? New opportunities, new careers, successful business. You're in a glow up. You're literally in a glow up. Right? So, fuck if we care. Right? We're going to continue being consistent. We're going to continue healing. We're going to continue alchemizing all the pain and the bullshit, turning it into power. We're getting our blessings because we're learning our lessons. Right? The fact that you made it to this moment, what cards are we talking about here? The fact that you made it to this moment says something. What does that say? What do we need to know about that? Yeah, you're finding laughter, happiness, joy, healing, balance, peace, and happiness. Alright? So good things are happening because you're doing work. You're doing the healing. Thank you so much, Radiant. Love you, my dear. I hope you have a good evening. Whether you're kicking it out, getting out of here, or staying. Thank you for stopping in, my dear. Either way. Sure. We'll vibe it, and then we'll check in. Okay, what about this Leo? What's going on with this Leo? They want to up into their divine energy, and they don't know how. Maybe they're two-faced. Maybe they're very lusty, but they're acting like divine when they're really not. They have no fucking clue what divinity is. And being so greedy and by any means necessary and very inconsiderate, it's very lustful energy. And the fact that they're being two-faced about it, I don't know. Tell me more. Yeah, they want to come out of separation. They're going to come in acting all like they're divine when they're really not. They're going to try to two-face you. Not going to work. You're going to see right through it, collective. You're going to see right through it. Alright. Picky Peter reversed? What's going on with Picky Peter? Yeah, Peter wants to come out of separation. So somebody that's a hoe bag, that'll basically sleep with anything, wants to come out of separation. They don't want to be separated. They don't want to feel ghosted. They don't want to have a divorce with you. They don't want any distance with you. They want to come back in your energy. And I say hell to the fuck no to that. Anything else about Picky Peter reversed? Yeah, there's no mutual respect here. There's no unity. There's no closeness. They just want to come back in to suck on your energy a little bit more. They don't give a fuck about you, collective. Stay the hell away from them. Yeah. Archangel Michael is not protecting them either. They have no protection. And if you go back to them, you're not need protection whatsoever. Archangel Michael's going to feel betrayed if you go back to this imbecile. So it's a hell fuck no to that. Anything else for Picky Peter? Or the hoe bag? Yeah, slow down. Take some time for you. Get out in nature. You're no longer in your feelings. Silent treatment. You're starting to speak up. You're no longer out, and that's why they want back in. Because they tried to make you feel that way, but it didn't work. Their whole plan totally backfired. The more you feel, the more you heal. Take time to transmute the pain inside you. What's that one all about? Alright, so there's some rumors going on, and you don't give two fucks about it. These rumors were meant to shatter you. Were meant to bring you down and make you feel broken and make you have nightmares. But you don't give two fucks what other people have to say to you or about you. Because they clearly don't know you. Okay? They have no fucking clue. They can rumor, they can gossip, they can be nosy all they want, but they don't know who the fuck to talk to or about. Okay? That's the thing. They think that they're clever, but they're really not. Yeah. Because you're not taking on this chaos that they're creating. And what's happening is all this chaos, okay, is, again, smacking them back in the face. Okay? Upheaval, disaster, and downfall. You're not receiving any of this. It's them that's going to be receiving it. Ryan, you're at the point where you're going to snap, transmute that shit, dude. Transmute it. It's worth it. Trust me. Third parties, haters, lessons learned. They're learning a major lesson. They're learning to not screw with you. Okay? So don't give them what they want, Ryan. They want you to react, so don't react. Let them squirm. It actually gets pretty fucking hilarious how they react to the fact that you're not reacting to their reactive abuse. It's fucking priceless, really. It's kind of like the Hook movie, okay? Have you seen Hook? With Robin Williams? Please tell me you have. Okay, good. I'm so fucking happy you did. Alright. So, it's where Jack gets kidnapped. Alright? By Captain Hook. And he gets to go in the clock shop and smash his father's pocket watch. Okay? Because, you know, Hook, he don't like ticking clocks. And he, you know, the ticking clock of Jack's dad's Peter's pocket watch, okay, woke him the fuck up, right? With the tick, 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 it made his freaking mustache. So off to the clock shop they went to smash this little fucking clock, right? And Jack's there, sitting there, checking out all these different clocks and whatever, and he picks up one, and he gets it ticking, right? And Hook absolutely loses it, okay? And Jack's just standing there like, what the actual fuck is going on here? You're gonna be Jack, okay? Because you're just standing there, just, you know, it is what it is. If you want to go and, you know, find some stuff to smash, do it very responsibly, clean up your mess after. But if you need to, like, let out some anger, you know, go smash some stuff. But make sure that it's smash stuff that you're not going to get in trouble for it. You're not going to hurt by it. You're doing it safely, but it's allowing you to release some sort of anger. Another way, that's a more simple way, go to the beach and write what you want to let go into the sand right at the shore and let the waves take it. Okay? Put it into a perspective of transmuting it. Put together a little of a ritual that you can do to where you can transmute this anger, pain, the suffering into something to alleviate and release the pressure. If you have to go scream in a pillow, do it. If you want to go beat the shit out of your pillow, do it. Just fly. I don't care. It's your pillow. The situation is you gotta try to find some way to release this. If you can't do that in a non-hurtful way, you're doing wrong. This doesn't mean you get to go punch somebody out. This doesn't mean you don't, you know, you don't get to go tell somebody off. You don't get to lash out at anybody. That's not the case, because they're trying to get you to lash out and make you look crazy. So get beyond that whole idea of them trying to make you look crazy and just don't react. Because ultimately, you're going to end up like Captain Hook, losing their absolute shit because you're not reacting. You're not taking in what they're giving you. They're dishing out. Okay? Do it in a way that's not going to be karmic for you. Do it in a way that's going to transmute it into more divine energy. Impress the divine with the way that you're going to eliminate this and transmute it. If you have to take some time to meditate and ask the divine to find out, what should I do? How can I do this in a way that's not going to hurt anybody, that I can actually release? Go to an axe throwing place and throw some axes. You know, go learn how to throw knives. Go out if you got access to a shotgun or whatever, and you can go out and shoot. Go shoot some bottles down. You know, whatever you can do to alleviate us. Go have a hot tub. Find something to do to just chill the fuck out. Because all of this anger and pent up energy isn't helping you, dude. It's not helping you. And you need to find a way to change that. It's up to you. It's not up to anybody else. It's up to you. But utilize what you have around you to help you alleviate that. Go chop wood. Go chop like 2 or 3 quarts of wood. If you know of a neighbor that's got a whole bunch of wood stove, just go over and just say, look, I need to get out some aggression. Is there any chance I can chop wood for you? I guarantee you they'll say yes. Okay? Get outside and do hard work. Cut the grass. Do gardening. There's always possibilities of what you can do and transmute something beautiful. Whether it's digging out a new garden, putting in a garden, whatever the case. It's up to you. But you have control over it, not them. Okay? I figure, share a little bit of this because I know a lot of us are at our points of snapping, and to try to find a way to transmute it is very difficult, specifically when we're ready to snap. We can't really focus on a lot, and it's very difficult to focus on anything positive when we're in such negative energy. And this is the whole point as to why they do this. They want us to lash out. They want us to snap. So find a different way to go about it. Okay? Find out about martial arts. Go take a couple classes of martial arts or taekwondo or jiu-jitsu or something like that and learn the art of protecting yourself and alchemizing that. And stay in control of your energy, stay in control of chi, stay in control of who you the fuck are. And remember who you are to start with. Alright, so what's this about the hermit? Tell me more about the hermit. Wow. Alright, we got the toxic card coming out, clarifying the hermit. We got the drama, arguments, and incompatible. They were arguing just because they wanted to argue. They're causing drama just because they're dramatic. And they made sure that they seemed incompatible. Okay? They didn't want to be compatible with you to begin with. That's not their gameplay. Right? And the thing is they wanted to be like a loss. They wanted you in depression. They wanted you maybe at the end of life wanting to commit suicide. They wanted you stressed out, migraines, worry. They were trying to thwart you. They were trying to pull you back. The hermit upside down, by the way. So this brought you into a wake up call. But you're no longer in your emotions. You're no longer worried or in fear whatsoever. Okay. So regardless of the situation, You went within, you alchemized all this bullshit, and you let it go. 10 toes down, 30 steps left. Not my circus or my monkeys. Yeah, it's very, very much not nurturing you. They weren't being gentle. They weren't in a mothering female energy. They were very, very insincere, insensitive, very, uh, very cold. Okay? They didn't want you following your dreams. They did not want you making up your mind or believing in yourself. And now they are wanting. Now they're having no other choice but to face the consequences of their bad choices, games, and mixed signals. Right? They're having no other choice but to face the music. Because you left them behind. Yeah. They didn't want you mentoring them. They didn't want to listen. They didn't want wisdom. They didn't want to give back. They didn't want nothing to do with you guys. They didn't want anything nurturing happening with this particular connection. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. That's why you 10 toes down and 30 steps left. And got the hell out of there. Yep, they're not in the moment, and they can't run from what they've done. And they can't cut ties to what they tried to do. What they tried to make happen. Everything that they had going on towards you is coming at them now. They can't escape their intentions. What's the Master Manifestor in reverse? We'll deal with that. Master Manipulator. Yep, they wanted you over your head, overextended, and hitting rock bottom. Not happening. What else? Yeah, they didn't... They didn't want you knowing about parties. They didn't want you to know that they were hating on you behind your back. They didn't want, they didn't want you to know about the lessons they were apparently trying to teach you. And the fact that, yeah, their manipulation didn't burn you out. It didn't have you burdened, and it's no longer making you feel empty. Interesting. Again, it's all falling into place for you, divine people. Okay? Make sure you bring some pictures. It's worth it. Yeah, you're no longer salty. You're no longer bitter. You've let that go. You're no longer angry. You're no longer feel. And that's what they wanted you to do. They were trying to manipulate you into this energy so that way you look bad. And now they're puzzled and confused to why you aren't there and why aren't you feeling this way. Because you knew the whole time, collective. You knew what they were doing the whole fucking time. You're not stupid. You're not an idiot to their plan. You might not say it all of them. You might not communicate what you know. And it's a good thing that you don't. It's a good thing that you keep it to yourself because they don't need to know that you know shit. Okay? They don't need to know that you know exactly what the fucking about. And maybe they should have took your advice in the beginning instead of tried to pull the wool over your eyes and make you look like an idiot. Because you're no idiot. You're not stupid as they think you are. You're a heck of a lot more intelligent and emotionally sincere than them, for sure. Close-minded muggle. The closed muggle wants intimacy. They want to have mutual respect and unity and closeness with you again. Fuck no. Oh, they're striptease and gambling in Vegas. Maybe they've taken a trip. All the roses, slow down, take some time, take some you time, get out in nature. So I have a feeling they might want to be coming in and they want to take you out on a trip somewhere. Don't go anywhere with a closed-minded muggle. It's a bad idea. Yeah, the rumors, gossip, no. They thinking that they know you. They think that they know what's gone. Right? But they really don't. Anything else for this closed-minded muggle bullshit? Nurturing, worship, wisdom, giving back in reverse. So yeah, they're very closed-minded. They don't want nothing. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear nothing. They just want your energy. It's either they want your energy or they want your body. One of the two. Misunderstanding you on purpose. Yeah, they're shattered, broken, nightmares. They misunderstood you. They made you feel like shit to make you shattered. They wanted to give you nightmares. They wanted you to have failure after failure after failure after failure. They throw in rumors and gossip and all this bullshit around about you, and it's all garbage. Unfortunately for them, it's making them look like an imbecile, a pompous idiot, a jealous, absolute jealous freak at the fact that you're actually manifesting your best life. Misunderstanding you on purpose. Is there any other one? Anything else? Yeah, they just trying to delay your happiness. They're trying to get you to procrastinate. You know? They want you to be too busy, but not enough blessings. Anything else? Yeah. Misunderstanding you on purpose because they see you having a glow up. Right? And you're no longer resentful, competitive, or discontent. And you're not having any envy, but they're an envy. They're very envious of you. That's why they're misunderstanding you on purpose. Calling out a whole bunch of lies about you because they're jealous. The fact that you're glowing up, the fact that you're actually getting new opportunities. You're starting up something for yourself. You're moving forward. And they're jealous that they can't be a part. Karmic chicken. Yeah. So, because they're trying to shit out all over your success, and they're too much of a coward to go get their own, they can't run away from what they've done. They've gotten caught. They got caught. Because they were snapping and slapping their fucking lips off too much, and told a bunch of too many people, and they might have forgot who they told, and these people are talking. These people are talking, and they're now getting in trouble for what they fucking did behind your back. You ripped the mask off this psychopath. Oh, now they're facing legal work that they don't want to. Maybe they're trying to run away from that. This Karmic Gemini. Yeah, they don't want to burn bridges. They want to be out. They want you to turn. They want to be loyal. They want to, you know, they don't want to turn their back on you now. All of a sudden. Interesting. Interesting how that works. They don't want no more chaos. They don't want to be in this disaster, upheaval, and downfall that they've tried to make for you. Yeah, they don't want you cutting ties. This Gemini, they don't want to cut ties with you. They don't want you to have freedom. They don't want you standing up yourself. They don't want you awakening. And they sure as hell don't want you connected to Archangel Michael where you're protected. But too fucking bad for them. That's the way it is. They think by them coming in that you're going to lose your protection from Archangel Michael. No. Archangel Michael's going to fuck some shit up if they come anywhere near you. Wishful thinking, second chance, deja vu, nostalgia. They're thinking about the past, wishing that they maybe shouldn't have did what they did. Now they're regretting their decisions, trying to keep you from manifesting your life. You know, thwarting you, sabotaging you, doing all shit behind closed doors, throwing rocks, hiding their hands. Now they're all nostalgic, wishing that you could be back in their energy again. But they haven't changed, collective. That's the thing. They haven't changed one bit. They're still the selfish piece of shit that they've always been. Now, I'm not saying this for every Gemini. I'm telling you that right now, okay? I'm talking about the karmic Geminis. They can't even make a decision even if it slapped them in the side of the face. They just want you to be a dirty little secret, sex fix, down low love affair. That's all it is. They very well could still be fucking married behind your back. Chances are they were probably married the whole fucking time. And they lied to you the whole fucking time. Yeah, they're daydreaming, head in the clouds, delusional. Thinking of their hopes and dreams, thinking that, you know, being back in your energy again. Not happening. Fuck around and find out. See what happens. See what happens. Reactive abuse. Don't engage. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I thought. So, you're coming out of the chaos. By not reading to their bullshit and you're not engaging, okay, you're going to come out of this chaos. You're going to transfer that chaos back to them because you're not reacting. Alright? Arrogant, rash actions, insincere. They're going to have no other choice but to apologize for what they've done. Because they're the ones that are going to lash out. And then if they lash out at you, that's when you fucking in their place. But they try to bug you and poke you and prod you and make you react to their fucking stupid ass bullshit, and then they make you look like the idiot. Why are you acting like this? Well, you're the one that pushed me to this. You're the one that pushed me this. So this is why you got to focus on yourself. Okay? This is why you got to focus on yourself, because ultimately you're transmuting that chaos. All right? And they're going to have no other choice but to come back and apologize for their bullshit. And that's where you can lead by example and say, you know what, I don't know if I do take your apology. But I'll give you a little bit of respect at the fact that you actually came forward to apologize. But as much as I think you're full of shit with this apology, the fact that you at least tried speaks volumes compared to where you were. There must be some sort of karma happening in the mix that you're trying to alleviate. But I'll tell you right now, the floodgate, the floodgate doth open, and it will flood you with your karma, regardless if you say sorry or not. It's on its way. Anyway, divine magnet, divine intervention. Divine magnet, divine intervention. You rip this narcissist's face right off. You literally knocked their fucking mask. I can't make this shit up. By divine intervention, they basically outed themselves. Right? Distance, divorce, ghosted, separation. They want to come out of divine, you know. I think Spirit's really sending them on a fucking goose chase. I think so. They very well could be hitting a dark soul, one they've never had before. They've got them remunerating about the past and wanting a second chance. And they know that there's no second chance, but they have no other choice but to sit in this. Right? I wouldn't be surprised. Welcome in, Shelly. Welcome in, Stacy. Yeah, your gentleness back. They want you to nurture them. They need their mommy. To the person I'm speaking to, the people that I'm resonating with, you're very compassionate. Okay? You're very loving, you're very compassionate, very, very caring, very accommodating. You know, you like to give the benefit out of the doubt. You like to... You like to try to make people as comfortable as possible. But when people take advantage of that and they run with it and they totally take advantage of you and your ability to do this, and then all of a sudden they don't have it anymore, they have no other choice but to sit in it. You know that? They have no other choice but to remember how you were with them and how they shouldn't have treated you the way that they treated you. How they shouldn't have had that ill intention with you that they did. Right? The divine will make them sit with this energy. Guaranteed. Part of their healing process. It's part of their dark night of the soul. They have no choice but look at themselves in the fucking mirror and realize what a fucking pompous asshole bag that they were. And they're gonna cry like a motherfucking baby. I'll tell you that right now. It's actually kind of pathetic. Yeah. They wanted you at the point of suicide. Guess what? You're rising above that. They wanted you all depressed, but guess what? You're rising above that. They wanted you feeling at a loss because you had to walk away from this. But now you're fucking winning, collective. Now you're winning. And they're beside themselves because you're winning without them. They wanted to be the bee's knees for you. They wanted to be that person that you rely on. But they were never accountable. They were never reliable to begin with. They always had you guessing. They always had you on eggshells. They always had you wondering whether there was actually a relationship, a friendship, whatever the case may be. You know, whether or not you actually were included in the family or not. However this mixes between your lovers, your friends, your family, even work for that matter. You're no longer hopeless, collective. And you need to celebrate that. Because that's exactly the way they wanted you to be. Okay? That's exactly where they wanted you to be. Some of these people were even paid to do this to you. That's how sadistic they are. That's how psychopathic and psychopathic, sociopathic that they are. Some of them were actually paid to do that. And I'll tell you right now, that's fucking disgusting. They should be ashamed of themselves for what they put you through. And I'll tell you right now, the Divine's going to give them the riot act. They're in for extreme rude awakening. I'll tell you that right now. And they're going to look like a sobbing mess by the end. For good measure. You don't come up against a chosen one, a light worker, an earth angel, a star seed, and get away with it. You very well could be stepping priest, high priestess energy because of all of the bullshit that you went through. You might have been a people pleaser, overgiver, but you're no longer doing that anymore. You could have been a donator at one point. Okay? You could have been an avoidant introvert. You could be a Scorpio. You could be an Aries. You've gone right fucking deep. Right? You're no longer superficial snorkel gear, surface level. You're going deep within your emotions and you're transmuting all that pain into power. I'm proud of you, collective. Right? People didn't think that you were the wrong one to mess with, but they found out the hard way. Right? The thing is that the return to senders that you threw at them, right? They didn't think that they were going to work. But what the divine kept from them, right, is that they wanted to see how far they would go with the certain situations. And they went pretty far. Okay? They were absolutely disgusting delinquents. I'll tell you that right now. With how far they went. And the divine is taking care of everything. The thing is that they didn't want them to know that your return to senders hurt like a bitch. They were basically they just kept pulling back the elastic, pulling back the elastic, pulling back the elastic, and making that elastic so much stronger. Because right when it was needing to snap back, it's going to snap them right off their feet. They won't know what even fucking hit them. Okay? And the thing is usually they'll let them rise to the top of what they're thinking that they're getting over on you with. They'll let them rise to the top, and right when they get to the top of their game, thinking that, oh yeah, it's not free, everything's good, everything's grand. You know, I've gotten away with it. They're gonna literally knock their fucking socks off. Good one, Marine. The thing is that these motherfuckers walking around like a divine masculine, divine feminine. They were walking around with a fucking divine mask on. Smelling like a fucking karmic. All they want, wham bam, thank you ma'am, but they ended up getting maimed in the end. Because that's what they wanted for you. Right? They could have been dealing with the toxic mother, or they very well could have been dealing with the divine mother, and ended up misunderstanding them on purpose and called them toxic to get sympathy. You could be a chosen one. The thing is, collective, you don't need a vacation. You need peace in your life. Because who wants to go on a vacation and come back to go on a vacation to get over the vacation that you just went on? And you probably experienced this with these karmics. You know, they say, oh, let's go on a vacation, honey. You go on a vacation, nothing but shit. It's nothing but bullshit. It's nothing arguing. It's nothing but, you know, don't do this, don't do that, can't do this, can't do that, no fun here, no fun there. It's just a bunch of fucking bullshit and mess. Right? So what the fuck did you even bother going on a vacation to begin with? Really? You know? You're out of this energy of karmic energy. Karmic masculine, karmic feminine energy. You're out of this frequency now. A lot of you that have done work, you feel this change. You feel the energetic change. It's happening. Okay? And you really need to take that into consideration. That you are. As much as it might not seem like it's really happening all that much, but it's happening. Now, when you do your inner work, when you do your shadow work, you don't have to dig so deep unless you know exactly what is hindering you and what's holding you back. Because if you know exactly what's holding you back and you see it sitting on the surface and you know deep down what that is rooted to, you can dive down right to the root and rip that root right out and finally have that plant out of your pond of emotions and whatever else, right? You can go down and rip that root right out. That way you don't have it in your emotions anymore. You don't have that in your pond anymore. And just chopping it off the top all the time, right? Oh, it grows up. It's sitting there on the top again. I gotta chop it out. Gotta get rid of it. But you can only reach down so far in order to get it. You can only reach down far to get at it. And unfortunately, it keeps bubbling up to the top. So if you know where this is resulting from, this could be something in your childhood. This could be something in your adolescence or your teen years. Okay, something that you kind of grew into. If you can somehow find out what the situation is behind some sort of situation, like some people find it's something to do with abandonment. Some people find that it's something to do with self-love, where you never ever felt like you were enough, that you never felt like you were a part of anything, right? However, you're definitely a part of something way bigger than your own family, your own friend group, or your work, your work life. You know, you're something so much bigger. You're part of so much bigger than what you've lived to this point within. Okay? The ability for you to heal, the ability for you to transmute that pain into power, the ability to step up and to empower yourself is paramount to your destiny. And everything will start to make sense. And everything that you've been through up until this point is your legacy. Bad as it may seem, it is your legacy. You need to transmute it into that legacy. That's your job. Okay? And that's latter part of your healing. But you need to empower yourself. You need to get the sense and the knowledge and the wisdom of that situation first before you can make it anything valuable to you. But your story and how you point A to point B to point C to point D to point E, however me, right to point Z or Z for that matter, is part of your legacy. That is part of your story. And every part of that story matters. So just because you got hurt, just because you might have gotten raped, just because you got abused, just because you went through the fucking hell and back, through the fire and back, doesn't mean anything to you. Because of that, it's brought you to this point of being the warrior that you are. The fact that you're still surviving, the fact that you're listening to this, is every validation that you can keep moving forward. But there's still time for you to make a difference in your life. So with the courageous healing that you have available to you within your soul, within your heart, within your spirit, and know that you have it within you to rise above it. Okay? I'm speaking from personal experience, and I'm bringing this to you now to help you recognize and empower yourself. You deserve to live your best life. No ifs, ands, or buts, no excuses. So hold yourself accountable. It's a lot less awkward holding yourself accountable than it is having someone hold accountable. Change your fucking life because you want to, not you have to. That's the trick to it all. You keep trying and you're not going to get it. It's either you do or you don't. It's either you do or you don't. There's no try. Trying is still effort, but it's either you do or you don't. Yeah, exactly, Max. One day, one breath, one moment at a time. Nothing more, nothing less. Again, it's not a race, it's not a marathon. Okay? It's a steady, consistent step, one foot of the other, into your best timeline. Nothing more, nothing less. You don't have to sweat about it. The longer and the more time that you take being intentional within your action intentions, the better it is. I tell you that right. You can sit on the dock all you want and let it float to the top and trim it off as it comes up. Or you can dive down deep right to the fucking root and rip that whole fucking bitch and plant right out of the pond and get rid of it. It's up to you. It's going to take you longer by sitting on the dock, but sitting on the dock, letting it float to the top, can start to get rid of the shit that's on the top. More shit will float up to the top, right? And you're just sitting there patiently going through it, sifting through it, alchemizing it, making it work for you, learning the lessons, receiving the blessings. You're working through it a little bit at a time. It's going to take you a long time to get that. But you're going to get to the point where you're impatient, where it's like, okay, I'm done. I'm done sitting here. I recognize what's going on. I see this. I'm diving right the fuck, and I'm going to rip it out right from the root. You're going to rip the fucking band-aid off. There's going to become a time where you're done sitting around waiting for closure, waiting for somebody to speak up and show accountability for their bullshit. And you're going to just rip the fucking band-aid off once and for all. And you have every reason to do that too. But you have within yourself find the courage in order to do that. Okay? And once you find the courage, you step into that, all hell's going to break loose. Alright? But it's going to be worth it. It's courageous chaos is what I like to call it. Lurkin gherkin, the sweet and sour pickle. The people that are thwarting you, the people that tried to bring you down, the people that tried to disenfranchise you, they're still lurking. But they're bitter as fuck at the fact that you're winning. So keep winning. Keep showing them how it's done. You're living rent-free in their fucking heads. The more time you take to postpone your healing, the more time they be stealing. Because they're keeping you in that lower frequency. So, take a leave of absence if you have to. Take a leap of faith if you have to. But make an action. Make some sort of decision. And do it for you, no one else. Do it for your kids. Okay? And for fuck's sakes, stop saying sorry for being you. You're allowed to be you. You're allowed to have boundaries. You're allowed to have certain things that you like. You're allowed to be in your own energy. You're allowed to feel comfortable in your own fucking skin. And somebody should not be judging you for who you are and what you're about. Okay? You are just as important as everybody else in this world. Because together, we're going to make things better. As a world, as a humanity. And we all need to step up and hold ourselves accountable. So that way we can do that. That way we can step into the new earth. If you're not willing to heal, you're not going with us. You're going to stay behind. Justice is coming. There's people out there acting like earth angels, and they're not. They're nothing of the sort. True earth angels aren't out there calling themselves earth angels. True earth angels aren't out there with the fucking sign on their head saying they're an earth angel. Boasting about it. They might say it under their breath. But they're not going to come out and just say it. It takes a huge initiation by the divine to put you in that energy. And it's not something that you hold lightly. It's not just something that you can get away with holding on to lightly. It takes a lot of work. You're put literally through a lot of pain, a lot of suffering to be an earth angel. It's not a fun life. I'm telling you that right now. Truth or the Holy Revealer. Maybe it's time to speak up. Maybe it's time to tell a story. Maybe it's time to inspire someone else. Master Manifester. Manifest your best life. You got this. It's no fun when the rabbit's got the gun. First magnet, divine protection. You're being protected right now, collective. And that's what's making these motherfuckers paranoid. Stay grounded. Choose your peace. At all costs. Choose your fucking peace. Nothing more, nothing less. Just choose your peace. Anything that's not bringing you peace, nothing that's... If they're bringing you nothing but turmoil, count. They don't deserve to be around you. They don't deserve to be in your energy. Most of the motherfuckers are love bombing you anyway. They're being real sloppy when they're doing it. You won't be able to be consistent, I'll tell you that right now. Some of you got the Midas touch and you don't even realize it. Because you're faced with so much judgment about what everybody thinks. And you're not focused on the quality, you're focused on the quantity of what you can do. Because everybody wants the quantity rather than the quality. You could be a Sagittarius. You could be a silver spooner. You could be dealing with a spooner. And if anybody doesn't know what a silver spooner is, this is somebody that grew up with a silver spoon in their mouth and they're actually very, very selfish. They apparently get what they want, and if they don't, they hightail it in some sort of rage. Yeah, and then they throw rocks and hide their hands, thinking that they're going to get away with shit, when it's going to slap back and smash right back in their face. Maintain your peace. Keep moving forward. You could very well be stepping into an emperor and empress energy, whether you are being a leader or you are attracting abundance to you. You're stepping out of your king and queen energy, and you're moving into an emperor empress energy. Smiling to your face, laughing behind your back. These motherfuckers thinking that they could pull in the eyes. They're really not. You see it through their mask. Can't compete where they don't compare. It speaks for itself. The ancestors are weeping at the state of the world. They're spitting in graves and needing you to stop and listen before it's too late. There's some major decisions happening around the world right now. And as a collective, we stop and honor our ancestors, because all of the fighting, all of the wars, all of the bullshit that the world and humanity has been through so far, all the deception, the lies, the genocide, it's got to stop. Otherwise, their fighting, their sacrifice that they put into the world so we here is all in vain. What's the fucking point of them going to war? What's the point of all these vets going to war? For what? For what? So we go back to her again? Like, when is all this fucking bullshit gonna stop? Committed to making you look bad. Right? So here you are, Midas touch. You know? You're very talented. You're very compassionate. You're very loved, very kind. You want to show the world your kindness and your love. And you want to be part of something beautiful. But people are very committed to making you look bad because you're in this energy. Keep going. Keep setting the example despite what they're doing. Because all it's going to do is look like a fucking idiot. Karmic fruit. They're bitter as fuck because their reactive abuse isn't working anymore. They will not meet you at... They will only meet you at their level, not yours. So stop wasting your time. Stop trying to diminish yourself and lessen yourself to meet at their level. If they cannot meet you at your level and if they can't meet you at your standards, I'm telling you right now, they are not worth your time. They are not worth your energy. Let them go. I don't care if they're work. I don't care if they're family. I don't care if they're friends. I don't care if they're lovers. Supposed lovers. If they can't meet you at your level, and at least try to meet you there, you shouldn't have to diminish yourself in order to be of some sort of anything for them. Flipping tables and stomping fables. You're no longer accepting the bullshit that they're putting on the table, is what that means. Okay? And you're stomping all their bullshit stories. Stop for just a moment and be in the stillness. Close your eyes and breathe. And go back to your heart space. This also speaks at the fact that you may need to take a spiritual bath. Okay? I'm not going to adjust my microphone. It's perfectly fine. You need to turn up your volume. So, take a spiritual bath with some Epsom salts, maybe some fragrance, whatever that you like, and just lay your ears back in the water and listen to your heart. Or if you got a stethoscope, listen to your heart. Okay? But take a moment to be in the still and just be in the silence and just breathe. Focus on your breath. Focus on where you are, who you are. Focus on your energy. Block everything out. Just for 5 fucking minutes. Put down the bullshit on that's weighing you down. Put your fucking groceries down 5 minutes. You know. Lay your burdens down for 5 minutes. Whatever the case may be, every single day. Even for 5 minutes. Take that time out for you. To just chill. Why? Because you deserve it. They're masked and confused. They fake and acting in your face. So pay the fuck attention. Okay? These people, they're playing in your face. You deserve better than this, collective. Really. Understand who you're dealing with. Mr. or Mrs. Destructo. They're supervillains. Acting all pretty, acting all handsome in your face, when really behind the closed doors or whatever else, they are ruthless. Sweet dreams there, Ryan. Good to yourself, okay? Alright. We're getting out of the karmic energy. We're stepping into a new energy here. Because we deserve it. Spirit, what's the deal? What are we moving into? What do we got to look forward to? Somebody didn't want you moving forward. Somebody didn't want you moving to this crossroads to step into a new life, a new spot, a new space. You're sitting in this Empress energy. You're very abundant. And because stepping into this Empress energy, this is your part of your destiny, collective. And somebody's feeling defenseless. Somebody's feeling powerless. They've got no perseverance to come at you anymore. They're tired. They're exhausted. They're 10 times more exhausted than you are. And they're pissed off that absolutely everything they came up against you with didn't work. It's actually blow face. And all they see you doing is nurturing yourself, stepping into your prosperity and comfort. You know how infuriating that is? You know how infuriating that is to see you so grounded, see you so in an energy of peace and tranquility after all they've done to rip you apart? You know how infuriating that is? Try to put yourself in the karmic shoes. To have all this energy to try to rip you apart and tear you down and, rip your heart apart. And you're just loving on yourself, you're nurturing, you're very kind, you're still loving everybody, you're showing compassion, you're just in this beautiful energy all around. It's infuriating for them. It's maddening. They almost gone delusional because of it. Is the feeling I get. They're lashing out at all the fucking numbskulls that choose to kick at them still. They're taking it out on all the people that are around them because they're not winning against you. You're leaving them behind. You're leaving them literally in your dust. You're leaving them there to eat the fucking dust that you left them in. Seven of Feathers. Stomping fables and flipping tables. Being very strategic. They can't win over that. They can't win. They can't win. It's not in the cards for them. You're very strategic. You're very sneaky. You're very resourceful. You're very prepared. You're very protected. You're very demure. I had to. I had to. Eight of Shells. I'm walking away to see a better day. I'm walking away. Da 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 da. Yeah. Going on a quest. Leaving that shit behind you. 10 of Crystals in the reverse. This supposed legacy that they tried to thwart from you, tried to take from you, was only a test to see whether or not you wanted it bad enough. Alright? They used the Karmics as a test for yourself, without them even realizing it. All the bullshit that they tried to do to you, to try to tear you down, it was a test for you. It was a lesson to be consistent, despite the distractions. Because everything you were building, you were pretty well at first building it on quicksand. And the Divine's like, what the actual fuck do you think you're doing? You can't be doing that. What are you building on quicksand for, dumbass? You need to move over here to stronger and more solid foundation. Maybe try building your foundation on rock instead of quicksand. It might work out better for you. So it basically made you go within. It made you rip apart your whole fucking life. It made you let go of all the shit that no longer served you, that you were holding on to because you had some sort of an emotional connection to it. And you had to let it all go for good reason. You had to make room and space for beautiful things to come back in. And that 10 of crystal that you were trying to build on quicksand, it wasn't going to amount to anything. So the divine allowed these motherfuckers to rip you apart to show you who you actually were. To help you recognize the warrior that you had within you. That everything that you thought that you weren't, you already were, and you always have been. You've always been that warrior. Always been that beautiful soul. With the compassionate intention. Nurturing demeanor. But it took all this chaos for you to realize that. Because through all this chaos, there was calm. It's kind of like a storm rolling through. Now you're in this position where you're resting. You're finally finding rest, you're finally finding sanctuary. And if you haven't yet, it's right around the corner, collective. No longer feeling out of the cold. You're finally building your foundation on solid ground. Because you know what you want, you know where you're going, and you know how to get. And if that hasn't happened yet, it's coming. Have faith. That once you tear apart every bit of your life and find out what your biggest priority is for yourself, everything is going to fall into place. I guarantee it. 100% everything is going to fall into place. I'm living it right now. And yes, you know what? It takes time. It takes a lot of prayer. Okay? And instead of praying to Jesus, pray to the divine. Because the divine is what Jesus was praying to begin with. Let the man sleep. Praying to Jesus, you're basically worshiping an idol. Pray to the divine that's within you, that's all around you. That is what you pray to. You're going to have people coming begging for your forgiveness. I'm telling you that right now. Okay? They're going to be so depleted. They're going to be so disenfranchised because they've done to you. And they're going to be sitting there with all of the acclamation of all of their chaos that they tried to put onto you. Okay? And they're going to have no other choice but to come in and reconcile or apologize or whatever else. Because everything that they come up against you with is having them defeated. Having them powerless. Having them totally depleted and have nothing left to give even themselves. And they're coming in as an apology to try to right some sort of a wrong. And this is where you let them fucking have it. You don't have to punch them, you don't have to lash out at them, but you can read them the rights. As you should. You shouldn't have to apologize for doing what you did by walking away. As the cap card, we got choice, we got trust, we got love. By finally standing in your power and alchemizing this pain into power, by cutting the cords, by setting your priorities, you're raising your frequency. And because you're raising your frequency, you're bringing it to a new position for yourself. You are bringing yourself into your new timeline. unapologetically. You're leaving the dust behind you. Okay? And by doing that, you're nurturing yourself. You're protecting yourself. You're allowing your masculine and feminine energy within you, whether you're a man or a woman. You have both. I don't give a fuck who you are. You have that warrior spirit. You have that nurturing spirit within you. I know you do. I don't care if you're a guy or a girl or a woman, whatever. Wherever you are on that spectrum, I don't care. I don't give a shit. You could be the manliest man of all time, and you still have a nurturing bone in your body. You can be the most tomboy girl out there, and you can still be nurturing at the same time. By bringing both of those masculine and feminine energies into balance, that raises your frequency into divinity. You are bringing yourself into the divine aspect of who you are, which is raising your frequency into a divine energy. And with this divine energy is putting you in alignment to your soulmate. You actually want a love that will understand you and love you conditionally? Do the fucking work. Do the shadow work. Dig fucking deep. Rip out by the roots. Courageous healing. And watch how fast and watch how beautiful your life becomes. If absolutely every single one of us did this on Earth, we would have no other choice but to walk into the new Earth. The new Earth is already here. It's waiting for you to show the fuck up. So if you haven't done your healing yet, it's your own fucking fault. And you have nobody to blame but yourself. And if you haven't done your healing yet, and you'd rather sit around in a stupid ass, bitter ass fucking energy, you'd be ashamed of yourself. Because you have so much better available to you. But you choose to allow the bitterness to fucking overtake your life. And not only overtake your life, but overtake the people around you. Ripping them apart, all because you can't find the courage and the balls or ovaries to heal. Yeah, you should be ashamed. That message isn't for everyone. A lot of you have been doing your work, doing the work that you need to do, and all the power to you. I'm proud of you. But I'm talking to the stubborn ass assholes that choose to heal and they'd rather sit in their fucking bitterness. And then wonder why it's full of shit. Angelic activations, Oracle. Angels, angels, angels. What do we got for my... I'm gonna do... Yeah. I'm gonna finish off with this. I'm putting together a manifestations workshop. I don't know who's interested, but it's gonna happen. Alright, angels, what have we got? Shuffle? Alright, I'll do a shuffle. I'll take it. We got principalities. Spiritual study is essential. You're on a path of great learning. You've already gained so much understanding from your spiritual encounters and experiences. But in order to become a teacher you were born to be, more study is required. So take time to dive into spiritual books and texts and study them carefully, for they are here to help you understand fully some of the processes that you have experienced naturally. Activation: I am to learn in order to teach. So this says a lot about learning from your experiences even. So that way you can help others within that learning experience. Okay? We've got Archangel Uriel popping out to say hi. It's going to be okay, collective. That's what he's saying. No matter what's happening, it's going to be okay. Everything is working out for you. The angels of light are shining upon you. You're situating anyone involved. If you're feeling overwhelmed or anxious, know that this is a reminder of how much you care about things turning out well. And they will turn out well. Actually, better than expected. Activation: thank you, Uriel, for helping me trust the process. Sky beings. See from a higher perspective. You're guided to take a higher perspective. Do not allow yourself to be limited by what you do not see or understand. And do not allow your experiences to disrupt you from being the force of light that you were born. Be open to seeing things differently and with consideration. For by being willing to shift your perspective, you allow angels to bring divine order to your life. Your activation: thank you, sky beings, for helping me see things differently. And virtues. Be virtuous and do the right thing in your choices and actions. There's an opportunity for you to take the higher ground that will bring an end to a conflict or disagreement. Do what you know needs to be done to bring resolution and healing. And if you need to admit that you were wrong, it may not be easy, but by doing so, you will remind those around you how much you care. And this will guide everyone back to a state of harmony. Your activation: I choose to bring peace to every conflict. Now, with this particular situation here, when you're dealing with narcissists or sociopaths, psychopaths, don't bother trying to reconcile with those assholes. Okay? Let them sit in it. Let them do the fuck work. Because you've already done the work. Okay? Let them sit in their fucking bitterness. While you win. While you step ahead. While you step into your higher timeline. And leave them behind. Because ultimately, they need to know. They need to find out what it looks like, what it feels like to lose you. To appreciate the fact that they can apologize to get back in your energy. They can hold themselves accountable to get back in your energy. Allow people the benefit of the doubt unless they're willing to do the work. Unless they're willing to step into a new paradigm, a new timeline, and heal it for themselves. If they're not willing to heal it for themselves, don't try to heal it with them. Because they just want to jump on your bandwagon. And why should you do all the work for them to jump on your bandwagon, go for the ride, and then deplete you all over again because they chose not to heal? I've been down that road before. And just because you want to be the big person and lead by example and whatever else, sometimes you gotta lead by example by walking the fuck away. And letting them sit in their chaos. Let's check out the there we go. I'm gonna go in notes. And I'm gonna look into the Lightworkers Oracle. And I'm gonna read one of them. I'm gonna just pick one from the book. An invitation to connect. Love exists throughout our universe. Many loving beings that do not belong to the human race in the worlds beyond the earthly realm. Among these are those who are aware of the spiritual flight of humanity and are willing and able to help us move forward. Unlike those who close their mind because they fear the unknown, you have an open mind and an open, receptive heart. Beings from other worlds recognize you as a channel for their unconditionally loving assistance in this world, and you will both benefit from this individually and help the planet. So, you are being offered an invitation to connect. There are many dimensions to existence. For those who are developing evolving sensory perception and the sense will not be restricted to being impressed upon by the physical dimension. There are higher dimensions that the psychic or emotional nature can recognize, and even more refined dimensions that our higher mind can recognize. Beyond that, there are dimensions that the mind, even in its most expansive state, cannot grasp, but the spirit knows to be real. The more your sensitivity to subtle energy evolves, the more aware you become of these worlds beyond this world. And for some, this will be easy to accept and will inspire interest in learning more. Others may be tentative about exploring connections with non-earthly beings. Great peace can grow in the heart of those who are unafraid, who are open to the idea of beings that are aware of humanity, but not human themselves, who want to help humanity evolve and have spiritual power to be able to do so. No matter how mixed up and consumed by darkness it may seem at times, there are so many powers of light working to see the earth and humanity through this most interesting time, to see us into an age of spiritual enlightenment. It is all part of this divine experiment of life, and there are many forces invested in the successful and loving evolution of humanity. If you have been contemplating life beyond Earth, perhaps talking to the stars or gazing wishfully at other planets, if you've been intrigued by the mysterious codes of light and sound that you're sure embedded in crop circles, or simply having a feeling that you'd like to work with beings who are more spiritually evolved than humanity itself at present. then you are being given a clear message with this oracle. There are being worlds that are very aware of your open, loving attitude and the work that you are doing. They are actively responding to your thoughts and feelings. And since we live in a free will zone on Earth, we must extend an invitation to receive assistance. Because you are unafraid and resonate from a place of peaceful curiosity and higher level awareness. You are capable of issuing the invitation to those that can assist humanity from a place of unconditional love. Of course, there are forces in the broader universe, just as there are forces in the natural world here on Earth, that would not be so helpful to triumph or love on this planet. Therefore, we must issue our invitation to the forces of light with a peaceful heart and a mind. The invocation below has been carefully crafted to attain that purpose. You are asked to use it whenever you feel the need to do so, knowing that you are a part of a bridge between humanity and other loving worlds that want to assist life on Earth. And they thank you now and offer their blessing to you and to life on Earth in all ways possible. And this is why I start off with Great Spirit, guides, guards, protectors, angels, ancestors, divine light. It pulls in all that brighter light frequency for protection, for guidance, and for guarding, standing on guard, so that nothing evil or lower frequency can penetrate. As a member of the human race, through our own free will, and for the greatest good, I call upon all beings that resonate with the quality of unconditional love and wish to assist humanity and Earth to evolve on a path of divine love. I ask for unconditionally loving ascended masters that serve Christ consciousness and source consciousness to be the gateway through which permission is confirmed for these beings to enter Earth's field and assist humanity according to divine will, grace, and love. And may all beings be happy and free. So mote it be. Epic fail. Try this without the Palo Santo. That's a little better. That's better. So I hope you all enjoyed the messages tonight, Collective. Is there any questions of anything I've said tonight that you're not clear on, that you would like more clearance or clarity on? Feel free to throw some questions in. It's alright, Brooke. You don't have to say sorry for that. Awesome, Emma. You're very welcome, Jade. As it ends, Brooke, it very well could still be available. Worst case, you might have to wait tomorrow, depending on the internet, depending on how it loads up. Loads up quick, great. If it doesn't, you may have a little bit of a time there where you wait, but just be patient. It was good messages. You can feel free to leave a comment in the comment section at a later date. I'm loving the love, everybody. Loving you right back. Welcome in, Dustin. You're hitting at us right at the end of the end stream here, but you're more than welcome to check it out. The live main though, Brooke, but just be patient, okay? It'll be back up probably within the next 12 to 24 hours. We'll see. Is there any questions about what the mess tonight have said that you might need clarity on? Which one? Archangel Uriel? Yeah, Archangel Uriel. It's going to be okay. Angelic Activations, just in case you want to know, by Kyle Gray. That's beautiful, Emma. I'm very happy for you. Just to kind of let you guys know that I am putting availability with Hipsy. If you would like a personal reading, I am now available from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday for readings. So to hook up with Hipsy and get a 75% off welcome in discount. You can also sign up there to send me a tip if you don't want to send it through YouTube. You can also work through my PayPal. You can search me on PayPal as well. And you can throw me a donation. Mind you, PayPal is just strictly donations. It's not to pay. It's just to show your support and love by helping me eat. This is my profession. This is what I do for a living. So I come on here every day to provide you guys with collective messages to help you through your day, to help you through your weeks and months, and help to empower, step into your highest timeline. So as you're stepping into that higher timeline, or stepping into your best life, don't forget about me, okay? Remember me. Together we are going to make major changes here in the world, and I'm here for it. And I can't wait for things to start working out for absolutely every single one of you. I'm excited for tomorrow and the future. I'm excited for the next 20, 30 years from now, at least. Despite how it looks, things are about to change very rapidly, everybody. That what is done in the dark is coming to light. So the fact that I have 26 people here, I'm going to start a poll. This poll, I want you to answer to me what day you would like me to do a Hipsy mini read extravaganza. So this will be where I connect Hipsy into YouTube, and what we're going to do is going to give ability for you guys to have on live, right here on YouTube, live readings. It is a purchase. You will be purchasing. I want to know what day that you would like me to do that. The days there sitting in the poll. Go ahead and make your vote now, please. Because I am making myself available Monday to Friday from 11 to 5 p.m., 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. for personal readings, one-on-ones. This is in coaching sessions. This including brainstorming sessions, including personal readings at a purchase, but there's discounts happening right now as a welcome bonus discount of 75% off. So get in on that while it's still available. Because of that, I'm taking the weekends off. Okay? So from now on, chances are I'm taking the weekends off for me. If I feel to come online and do a collective, I will. But for the most of summer, going into summer, I'm taking the weekends off. Alright? So I will be here Monday through Friday with the collective every day. Plus, I'll be available to you from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for personal readings. So get in on it and get those readings ordered so that way you can go ahead and make happen. It's only the weekend, Sheila. It's all good. It's only the weekend. I need time for me, you know. I need time to take my spiritual bath. I need time to play my video games now that I got my PS4. You know, that kind of stuff. Gotta get back into zombies. The good old OG video games. So I've got 22 people in chat. I've only got 10 votes. Where the hell are you? What the hell are you doing? There and vote. The thing is, guys and gals, manifestation is real. And the divine works in very miraculous ways. And I'm living it right now. I'm living it as an example, too. To let you know that all that shadow work, all the work you do on yourself, it matters. And it's going to change your life for the better. And nothing will stop you. So step into it with courage, love, unity, and respect for yourself and for the divine. Satya, welcome in all the way from Australia. Mike, what are you doing? You don't need to apologize for making dinner. You're taking care of business. You're eating, hopefully healthy and not junk food. I've had many years in customer service, my dear, so chances are good I'm going to pronounce your name right. I'm going to try my best. And I'm very, very happy to know that I pronounced it correctly. I do my best. Alright, I'm gonna, 27 people in chat. I've only got 14 votes. Get in there and vote. The votes are, when am I doing a Hipsy extravaganza? When am I going to do a Hipsy online paid readings? I always take paid readings. You can order a reading through the Hipsy link. You can wait until I do Hipsy extravaganzas and send me a super chat, super sticker, super thanks throughout the lives that I do. And usually I'll catch you after the live, but you have to wait and patient to allow me to get the messages out. And then I usually open up and I interact with chat after the collective message. There's some nights where I'm tired and I just don't bother, and you just have to be patient until I do. I do prioritize my members and my supporters, so the people that donate to me on a regular basis. To the people that are members, I prioritize. So if you want a reading, you want to get in on that, you might want a member. As the music, I had a bit of a mishap with the acoustic guitar, so there's no more acoustic guitar. I have my electric. I was thinking on going live earlier today, but it was my first time back playing my electric and trying to figure it all out and figuring out my pedal. So there very well some sort of music coming to the collective some point near future. But yeah, so it is what it is. Considering it's pretty well one of the only things I lost, I fared out pretty good with the move. But that's okay. I was looking to get a new guitar anyway. I want to get one with an amp pickup. That way I can plug it in and it's not just acoustic. So, but yeah, I'm working on it. And it's till midnight, so I'm not going to pick out my drum and start drumming. Not happening. Yeah. No, I think between there was a bit of a fall that my guitar had, and then through the move, it was packed in amongst my stuff in a certain way, and I don't know. I think jumping over all the bumps and the constant potholes and everything, I think it had to ride. So, and what I should have done is I should have untuned the guitar for the move, but I didn't bother, which I think that was partially the issue. But that's okay. I wanted to get a smaller one with the pickup anyway. It is what it is. So it was just literally sitting there nice, and I picked up my drum and I started drumming just to kind of clear the energy out, and when I did that, that's when the guitar tipped over with nobody around. It was sitting in my closet, and it just tipped right over. So there was definitely something about it that I think there very well could have been some sort of negative energetics trying to thwart me. But again, I'm not allowing the spiritual warfare reactive abuse to get at me. I don't know, I think I might look into getting an ovation. We'll see. It's a different one. I've had a Yamaha, I've had a Guild before. They're okay guitars. We'll see. So, my non-reaction to reactive abuse game is very strong. I'm just at the point where I don't care anymore. You know, my ability to attach is like top notch. So, it is. Hey, Isabel. All right, what do we got for the poll? What do we got? So, Monday. All right, so we'll do a Monday night madness. Yeah, Monday night readings madness. I don't know. I'll try to figure out a name for Monday nights. So we'll do a Monday night. Monday evening. Sounds like a plan. Yeah, Martins are a pretty good guitar. Yeah, they're extremely, extremely expensive. The one I was looking at was $3,000. Like, no, I'll pass. I don't have $3,000 to put to a guitar. So, but either way, I got my. I guess I can show you my Raven now. Have you guys seen my Raven? Les Paul. But she's definitely something different. I can show her to you anyway. Come on. Stop being so difficult. I had her out to play earlier today. That's my Raven. I fixed up the tuning forks. I put brand new ones on all the way around. And then I picked up a bunch of string teeth, I like to call them. And then I fixed in on the pickup here. There was something going on with the pickups, so I fixed them up. Now I just got to get new knobs for the guitar. I'm gonna pop the other ones off and get new ones, because there's one here that's cracked. That's the only thing left I gotta do. But yeah, that's my girl. She plays nice too. She can hang out over there instead. Yeah, but I need to set up a better amp because there's just the little amp thing that I have here. It's okay, but it doesn't really give me much options for controls, and I have to work the controls through the amp or the pedal. It's a little obnoxious. So I play saxophone, clarinet, drums, piano, guitar, harmonica. At one I had an accordion, but I gave it back. It needed some work. But yeah, anyway. So my friends, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. I guess stay tuned till for next Monday. We're going to have a Hipsy event. And Monday Night Madness. It's going to be instead of the collective. So we're going to do Monday nights with Hipsy. So bring your money and get your reading. Going to be online readings. Otherwise, if you want a personal reading, hit up Hip and get a recorded reading or an offline reading, or get in on a one-on-one session with me at 10 cents a minute, 75% discount as a welcome bonus. Hipsy is also another place where you can throw a tip at me. You can use your debit card. I think it's PayPal, Venmo, a whole bunch of different things. Cap is available that you can send it through. So whatever you got, if you want to send me one, it'd be greatly appreciated. I love you all. Thank you so much, Mac, for your help, buddy. You're awesome. Oh, by the way, before we go, little B is gone through 2 of her surgeries. She's heading into her 3rd surgery, and she's doing well. She has posted on the board there. Check out my posts. She's given us an update. I think it was like 3 or 4 days ago when she wrote in. So she's doing well. She's still hanging in there. She's still kicking and screaming. And I have a feeling in a couple weeks she'll be back in the play again. So she's just hanging up and, you know, making good things happen. So, yeah. I'm happy that she's healing well and she's still kicking and screaming and she's working through it. And she couldn't have done it without us. So, definitely much gratitude to the tribe, giving her love and healing. Continue to do so. And we're all going to get through this. We're going to come out and we're going to rise to the top. Alright? On that, if you can't be good at it, please be at least good to yourself. So eventually, you can be good to others. And I'll catch you in the next video. Love you lots, everybody, and I'll see you later. Thank you, Isabel. Greatly appreciated, my dear. Sweet dreams, Michael. Have a good night, Sarah. Sweet dreams. Leo, Trudy, Max, Maureen, Sarah, Isabel, Purgatory Princess, Whispers. Sweet dreams, everybody. Catch you in the next one.